New questions and accusations tonight surrounding the death of a 4-year-old Palmdale boy. The great-grandmother of Noah Quattro is demanding answers from the Department of Child and Family Services.
Quattro's parents say he drowned, but an attorney for the great-grandmother says the parents lied about it. Today, that attorney made some strong accusations against DCHS and the Board of Supervisors. And CBS 2's Randy Page is live in downtown LA with details. Randy.
Well, Pat, the more we learn details about this little boy's tragic life, the more the question becomes so important to get answers, and that is, how could this have happened? So while homicide detectives are busy trying to determine if any person or persons are responsible, there are also important questions about how his case was handled by the Department of Children and Family Services.
Stop killing our children.
In front of the Department of Children and Family Services headquarters this morning, the attorney representing Noah Quattro's great-grandmother is demanding answers.
And this spineless, heartless agency sends that little boy back into the dungeon, and now we're planning a funeral?
Noah's parents called 911 a week ago Friday, saying their 4-year-old had drowned in a swimming pool. Later that week, the Sheriff's Department said little Noah's body showed signs of abuse that were not consistent with drowning.
There wasn't a drop of water in that little boy's lungs.
Attorney Brian Claypool says the Department of Children and Family Services received reports of malnourishment from a doctor 2 years ago, and that more recently DCFS received a report from a hospital Noah had bruises on his back, that there were allegations Noah had been starved, beaten, and sexually abused.
Why couldn't they help him? Why couldn't anybody help him?
Today, DCFS Director Bobby Cagle told county supervisors his department is devastated.
There are some red flags that I want answers on in the case.
David Green spoke to the caseworker who handled Noah's case. He is also a caseworker and a director of the union that represents caseworkers in LA County.
The social worker on this case had documented, had done everything she could to make sure this child was protected, but there's folks at different levels above her level, above her pay grade, my pay grade as well, that overruled her.
Be specific, maybe not in terms of names, but positions. Who overruled her?
So I can't get into the specifics because it's a pending legal case, but I will tell you that this is a worker that did everything in her power to protect this child, and the public deserves to know the truth.
Under a background of noise from heavy machinery in front of DCFS headquarters this morning, Noah's great-grandmother said she is haunted by that last time she saw him alive, when little Noah didn't want to go home with his mother, and he was trying to tell her something, but his mother pulled him away.
And so I'll always wonder, what did he want to say to me?
Now, it's clear Director Cagle and others in the department do have a pretty good handle on what happened in this case because there's such a long paper trail. Certainly the homicide investigation could take longer since they've only had a few days to actually work on it. But it's also worth noting that there are legal restrictions on the DCFS from allowing them to really talk about this case. The director told me today he's hoping a court will allow them to provide more information. And Pat, Jeff, just one more thought. On the way over to this news conference this morning, I was thinking that we began with this story kind of looking into the tragic death of this little boy, and all day today we've been looking at the tragedy of his life. Let's go back to you.
Yeah, that is so sad. Thank you so much for that, Randy.